Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. I tried to film this earlier today and just had so many hiccups with the video that I decided not to. I'm not going to do any rips or anything during this video just because I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't do a lot of rips this week. My wife was out of town. She went on a trip for 4 days with some of her friends, and her flight back got canceled, and so she had to wait a couple more days. So she was gone for a full week. And I was home with the kids, so I was kind of stuck. I didn't get to do a lot of digging, but packages come and all that stuff. And today, actually, I went out to the shop and picked up some packages, so I got a few extra ones to show. So always have something. Always have something for you. Before we get started, I was going to also let you know I've been baiting on some heavy news. I'm going to do another video on my main channel about it, but I'm moving. Again. This has been crazy. I've never moved this much in my life, but it's a long story. But this space that we're in now is we're renting it. It's not. I knew that it wasn't going to be a permanent, but I didn't expect to move so fast. But just the right place came up at the right time. I was able to buy a small farm that's connected to my dad's farm and my sister's farm. So there's a lot of family land for the kids to play on. It'll be really good for us. And so this is actually a studio that I rented. That is it is a studio. I call it a studio. That's just fancy. But it's a guest house. So it's a whole guest house full of records. It's great. But it's away from my house. It's, I can see it from my house, but it's not connected. So it really impedes the amount of time I'm able to spend out here because I'm a family man. And I don't want to say, hey, I'm going to go out to my lair, don't bother me, and it's just that distance. I know it sounds crazy, but it just affects how much time I'm actually able to spend out here. And so I want to have my kids more involved and and I want to be able to just dip in and listen to a record, and it not be like I'm going off. It seems like it wouldn't be a big deal, but it affects how many records I'm actually able to listen to. So also, the room that I've got with this house is way better. It's one big room instead of two half rooms, pretty much is what I'm working with now. So it'll be the best room I've ever had for my records, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm probably never going to move ever again in the rest of my life. So stay tuned for all those updates. Big thank you to my friend. Oh my gosh, a few times in my life, I have been given very, very generous record gifts, and today was one of them. This was the Paisley's Cosmic Mind at Play. This is a psychedelic grail, and I'm telling you, this Joker is brand new looking. I mean, it is flawless, original press. I have a friend, his name's Luke Dickens, and he runs a bunch of record shops. One of them's called Vinyl Cup Records, the other one's called Marv's Records, I believe. But anyways, he has a few shops, and he does a great job, really hardworking guy. A lot of people will tell me really nice things about my shop and that I work really hard and all that stuff. There's a ton of guys that don't have a big mouth on a YouTube channel like I do that are kind of behind the scenes. And this guy, really good, hardworking dude, and really good friend of mine. I had helped him out with some advice on he got this massive psych collection, and I didn't really do much, but I gave him a little bit of advice. He's like, I'm going to send you one of these records. He sent me this one, which is holy moly. I've been wanting this for a long time. So, it was nice that he was able to find something I didn't already have. Because when it comes to psych, I have almost all I want. I've got a ton of psych. So I've branched off into a bunch of different things. But that's a long time one that I was not able to track down. Really incredible psych record. And it's a truly psychedelic record. It's really cool, kind of private press type thing. But very cool record. Coming out on Fridays, this Donda. It's Kanye West Donda. I did an unboxing video on my main channel. It's hilarious. I'm laughing through the whole thing because every square inch of this thing is black. But I will say, you may not be a Kanye West fan, whatever. No big deal. No hard feelings. Because a lot of the people that watch my channel are rock guys. But that is an incredible sounding record on vinyl. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I didn't expect to like it that much because I've heard the album before, and it's okay. For me, it's okay. It's not like mind-blowing or anything like that, but hearing it on vinyl, it's very warm. They pressed it very well. It sounds incredible. So I'm glad I picked a copy up because it really is a good sounding record. This is a long time one. I've been wanting this forever. And just so you know, I am going to be showing a lot of Zamrock because that's pretty much my main focus right now. But I wanted to show some other things first because I've been showing so much Zamrock. So this is what I've been wanting for a really long time. This is the Lafayette Afro rock band Malik. This is an incredible record. Out of all their records, this is my favorite. They have another one called Soul Mikasa. They also used to go under a band name called Ice. And I actually do have an Ice record. It's over there somewhere. I'm not going to go get it, but I have one. The Ice records aren't as hard to find, and they're not as expensive as the Lafayette Afro rock band stuff is, but they're a rock band from Long Island, New York. They moved to France and did some touring and recording in France, which is where they record. This is an original French pressing on America Records. But this is I just got this in the mail. Really nasty, funky record. I've been wanting it forever. Rule of thumb, if you ever see an album cover with an afro like this, buy it. You won't be disappointed. But this is a fantastic record. Thoroughly enjoyed this record. I've been looking for it for many years. A good buddy of mine had a copy. He posted it for sale on Instagram, and I jumped on it. This is another one that's really cool. This is called Joe McPhee Nation Time. I'm a little bit embarrassed on how I discovered this record, but I'm just going to be honest with you because we're all friends here. This is a safe space. I was watching a show with my wife called Severance. It's a cool show. It's on Apple TV or whatever. Really cool show. It's interesting. You just have to see it. But there's one part of the show where this guy wheels in a turntable. It's like an office setting. This guy wheels in a turntable and lets them pick out a record to play. And they pick out this 45, and the category is Defiant Jazz, is what it's called. And they played it, and I'm like, holy crap, this is incredible. And my wife's like, this is weird. And I'm like, this is awesome. And so I looked up what the song was, and it was on here. It was Scorpio's Dance off this record, Joe McPhee Nation Time. But I wish this was an original. This is not. This is a reissue, but the originals are super, super rare and over $1,000. So hopefully I'll find one someday, but I haven't yet. So this will do for now. Really nice reissue of it. I got it for $20. So, but really cool, like soul, jazz, funk. I'm really into that right now, as well as Zamrock. But I call it like jazz. See, jazz funk, sometimes think of things like Billy Cobham and things like that. This is like really far out psychedelic jazz funk. It's crazy, but really, really cool. But if you've seen that show, maybe you remember that scene, and that was obviously my favorite scene in the whole movie because there was because there was a turntable involved. So, anyways, this is a cool one called Pearl Jam Spin the Black Circle live at Soldier Field. I had a chance at this when I had my pop-ups. A guy brought it up to me and at my pop-ups, and he wanted to trade it in. He's like, hey, how much would you give me for this? And I was like, it's a bootleg, right? And he's like, I don't know, I think so. And I was like, yeah. The Pearl Jam bootlegs are hit or miss. They really are. And that's not a bootleg, by the way. I thought it was. But it's on this like teal vinyl, which is funny because it's called Spin the Black Circle. And these circles are like teal. So, whatever. But I was like, yeah, I don't know. Because I think I looked it up and there wasn't a lot of sales history on it. It didn't really look like the numbers were that good on it. And I can't remember. I think he wanted like $75 for it or something. I was like, yeah, it seems kind of like a lot. And I passed on it. But this was like 5 years ago. So now they go for a lot of money and they're really hard to find. So I wanted one. And a friend of mine was selling his whole Pearl Jam collection. And sent me all of it in 5 or 6 different packages. Well, the package that had this in it took over a month to get here from like Indiana. So all the other packages got there in like 3 days, 4 days. And this one took over a month. He made them all at the same time. I mean, I had the tracking number. It just kind of camped out somewhere. That happens now for some reason. But anyways, live 1995. Really great record. Hard to find. I was excited to add that one to the collection. This is a weird one. A friend of mine comes in the shop. And I don't think that I can say his name. I don't think I showed this on my last video. I might have. If I did, I'm sorry. But a friend of mine that comes in the shop, he found some guy that makes records in his basement or whatever, but he cuts these on a record lathe. And so basically, I don't know any of the information. This was not my doing. Don't sue me, anybody. But he gave me these records because he had them made. So this is Tiny Desk Concerts. Really cool. He's like, my friend's a hip hop guy, like old school hip hop guy. So he's got like Leon Bridges. Well, Leon Bridges is old, but he's got that on here. Leon Bridges, Mac Miller, T-Pain, August Green, Freddie Gibson, Madlib, Hozier. So he's got a bunch of different really cool, iconic Tiny Desk concert performances on here. So it's a really, really cool record. And there's no way you can't have it. There's only like, I think he had 5 of them made, so I've got one of them. So that's a really cool record. I don't know, it's you know. And so then he also got this Tupac Unreleased, which is a bunch of unreleased Tupac stuff. So both of these are ungettable on vinyl because there's only 5 copies, and I've got, so it is definitely cut on a record lathe. So probably not going to ever see one. Probably, I guess that's like the rarest records I have. This is one really cool. I found another one of his records, but this is Hayden Reed, Pure Country, Old and New. So you see that album, you're buying it, right? Found this record. There's like no sales history of it, and I found another one of his. Is called, I think it's called The Black Hank Williams. That's what it's called. Anyways, but it's awesome. It's really cool. I ripped this on my Find This Record page, but it's a really cool, interesting sounding country record. In the style of Hank Williams or whatever, but it just obviously has a different flair to it. It's very, very good. But it's just cool, man, to hear something like this. And this is, I mean, I guess it's private press. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know anything about it. I really don't know anything about it or this guy. There's no information anywhere. But I found 2 of his records, and they're both really cool, so I put them in my collection because what do you do? All right, so time for some African records because that's a lot of what I talk about. You notice I have 2 separate brands of water. See, here's the deal. In this space, there's a wall right here, and on the other side of it is an air conditioning unit. And it's so hot that I turn the air conditioner off for these videos because if I didn't, it would hum and it would drive me crazy if I watch my video back, which I'm not going to do. But still, I don't want it to drive y'all crazy. So I turn the AC off when I do these videos, so I'm sweating. So I'm drinking waters. That's the way it is. So I showed this a while back. This is Ngozi Family 45,000 Volts, Volume 2. Well, I finally got a Volume 1. Fantastic Zam rock record, psychedelic African rock. If you haven't been tuning in, I've been on just a rampage for Zam rock lately, but it's a specific brand of rock that was born and bred in Zambia. Fantastic, but this is a really iconic record of that scene. Look at the cover. They're getting electrocuted with this rock and roll. So excited to finally get this, but this is the first pressing, which is Volume 1. And this is the regular album. Like if you buy the reissue, this is the mix you're going to get. It sounds just like this. And really good wah-wah, heavy fuzz, flanger, nasty guitar licks. Just really, really, really good. I love this record. It's so freaking good. Truly one of my favorite Zam rock records. And then Volume 2, I talked about a couple videos back where he kind of wanted to make some money outside of the label, so he went into the studio in 1980, a few years later, and re-recorded it with some extra guitar fuzz and noodles and things on there. So pretty cool. I think I showed this in my last video, but this is Musi Otunya, really great Zam rock, and these are both covers of Wings of Africa. Fantastic record. I know I showed them in my last video, so I'm gonna. A few of these I did show in my last video, but this Keith Malefiu, oh my gosh, great records. I know I showed them in my last video. Got a really clean copy of this, which Kuomboka. This is when they went into their not like boogie funk, Zam rock. Jaggery left the band, and they did that kind of in the 80s. It's a cool record, real funky, love it. This is the Centuries, the Century Connection. This is a really cool record. It's like garage, it's more on the garage type, but also has like really heavy organ action on it, so it's really, really good. I love it, man. Front to back, it is a killer record. Really enjoy this. And this is, you have a lot of stuff, like, the main bands for Zamrock are, The Witch, the Ngozi family. There's, obviously a few others that you see pretty regularly. Busio Tunya is another one. Ricky Illalonga, really more common. But there's a ton of like offshoot records, like little thing. This is one you don't hear about a lot. You don't see it. People show it a lot. It's just really rare. I don't think it's been reissued, but really good garage type sound. But it's like garage, but it has like a funky soul. Booker T and the MG's action added to it. Really good. But a lot of these bands were, they're influenced by everybody from Black Sabbath to James Brown. James Brown was a huge influence on all the music in Zambia. But it's just all over the place. But it's another one. This one is Jeff and the Explosives. Journey to Kasama. Another one, it is also in that same vein. Garage, heavy organ, really fantastic stuff. Side A is pretty good. Side B is explosive. Really good. But look at that cover, man. This is a really nice copy. They turn up pretty regularly thrashed. This is a very nice copy. I'm very pleased with it. So super nice. Love it. Like it was my own child. Showed this Mike Neone record that I can't pronounce, but the cover is out of this world. Real funky, killer. This one is similar in that same vein. Just got this one. This was I Can't Understand You. This one's in fantastic condition. Very pleased with the condition on this because, a lot of times when you order these records from people in Zambia, you don't know what you're getting. They're like, you say, hey, what condition's in? They're always like, good. And sometimes that means good. And sometimes it means good, like the gold mine graded good. And so you never really know until you get it. This one's in really great shape. But another really, really fantastic record. Ricky Illalonga, Sunshine Love. Got 2 copies of this. Been looking for a clean copy. The covers on both of these are pretty effed. So, we'll see. Hey, they got different labels. Would you look at that? Look at that. One's black and one is orange. But, a lot of these covers, they're so brittle and thin. They just don't hold up well over time. This is another one, Frank Talk, Ricky Illalonga. That's not one you don't see very often, but it's a decent copy of that. This is another one I got from a friend of mine. We do some trading back and forth. He gets like Nigerian stuff, and I get Zambian stuff, and then we swap. This is the Stormers Lover Song. Real funky, has some reggae vibes to it too. In Nigeria, you have a lot of hybrids, between reggae and funk. This is one of those. Really fantastic record. A very hard record to find, but it's in really good shape. The Stormers Lover Song, and it is dynamite. It's really killer. Look this up on Discogs and listen to some clips. It's pretty cool. Another one here. This is called The Movements One World, or The Movement One World. This is like psychedelic rock funk from Nigeria. It's incredible. Really, really good sounding record. I really enjoy this one. I've got a whole crate full of records I got from him. I'm just showing you some of my favorites, but that one is really dynamite. This one's Godfrey Odili. You do good, you do for yourself. There's 5 tracks on this. 2 of them are good. But the 2 that are good, well, if you like reggae, I do like reggae, okay? Don't get me wrong. But reggae is pretty hit or miss for me. Some of it, I either love it or meh. The other tracks on here are pretty good, but they're reggae. But there are 2 tracks on here that are real funky, really killer. Love it. But I have come to realize that with African records, with the Zamrock stuff, I like them all. I like all the Zamrock records. There's none that I don't like. Some I like more than others, but none I just don't like. But there's a lot of African records I don't like that are just not my thing. So I have to be kind of careful because you can. I'm amassing a crazy African record collection, to be honest, but I've got a ton in here. I'll just show you some covers of them. Survival of the Fittest. This is by Maxwell Udo. This one's Rick Asikpo. He's pretty good. I'm familiar with him. This is Benjamin Oturu and his Oturu Brothers band. All the covers are dynamite. So this one's I did listen to this one. This was a little bit more on the reggae side. This is Super 5. I can't read that. I like this one. This one's Mansion, High Life Volume 1. And this is more on the, high life, African reggae type feel. But I do like this a lot, and I'm keeping it. This is William Onyeabor. Anything You Sow. This is my favorite William Onyeabor cover because he's sitting there with all his synthesizers and stuff like that. If you don't know him, he's fantastic. But he had synthesizers and stuff in Nigeria that nobody else had because he had a lot of money. No one knew where his money came from. Very interesting figure. There's a documentary on it, William Onyeabor, that I would highly recommend watching. It's on YouTube somewhere, but it is fantastic. But really, he was an enigma. Just a really interesting figure. Super tall guy. They said he only ate one meal a day. He was into politics. He was an actor. He was a filmmaker. He was a musician. Very prolific artist. But then he became a pastor. Like, he just a really interesting guy. So look that up. But I already have a copy of this. I think I'm going to sell. I got to just figure out which one is in better shape. This one is something people call me all the time. Big Sugar Daddy. I haven't listened to it yet. I think I listened to a clip of it. But this is The Apostles, Honey. The Apostles is a great record, a great band. Love them to death. I have a couple of their records already. This has a little bit of ringware on it. This one is long-winded. Let's see it from the front. Sir Waziri Oshiwawa and his family of traditional sound makers. Look at that Decca, that yellow Decca label. That's pretty. This one is Fela Ransom Kuti, Lady Shakara. I love Fela. He's the man. Here's a few more. Why not? I think I'm gonna sell this one. I don't like it very much. Loving You. Honey Boy in Dreamland. People also call me that sometimes. This one is Lemmy Jackson, Tonight. This is one I'm definitely keeping. This is Fela Live in Egypt, 1980. I don't have this one, and any Fela record I don't have, I keep. This one is incredible. I've shown this quite a few times. I have this record already, but this is a pretty nice copy, I think. It's decent. It's fair. I'm probably going to end up selling this one because I think mine's copy is a little bit nicer. But this is Love is Fair, the Black Children's Sledge Funk Group. It's a fantastic record. A must-have. And it's like pretty easy to get as far as African records are concerned. This one's Bongos, Akiwi, and the Groovies. Excited to give that a listen. OG Jim Jim. OD Jim Jim. Ode Jim Jim. We'll see. I'm in it. Saint Emmy, Love and Feeling. And then that one has the wrong record inside. So, let's see if there's anything else in here that you absolutely have to see. I think I showed you all my Honey Hole finds. Here's the other Hayden Reed record. It's the Black Hank Williams Sr. Tribute to Hank Williams. Pretty cool. But yeah, I ripped a couple records for my YouTube channel, but not much, really. Ooh, this is a cool one. I'll show you this one. This one's called Moon Hop by Derek Morgan. This is a French pressing, but this is some reggae that I really actually very much like. But this is Ricky Ilalanka Soweto. Who knows? I'm Sowetoing in here. It's so darn hot. All right, we're gonna let it go for today. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's one of the last videos that you will see me in this room. So thanks for watching. We will see you guys next time.